Good morning. It's been a minute since I did a video like this, and on the week anniversary between our soft opening and grand opening of Artists We Are, I figured it would be a perfect time. The title, Shitake Happens. People, and it's up to me to reveal and heal me. It took me a lot of years to realize that. But that's my only job. People are gonna people. We all shame, blame, and look outside of ourselves for reasons, including me. If you know me, especially in person, then you know that that's part of me. Is most of the time I can recognize that the shiitake is also me. And I used to think that was a bad thing until I realized that if it's me, that means I can and get to do something about it. Because just like me and you, we all are always more than, no matter our circumstances. No matter our circumstances. Being thankful and grateful. I know, at least for me, and most of the people that I know and love, it started with gratitude in little things. So, if you're thinking that you can't do it because you ain't got money, it's a lie that I had to shift to my own brain too. It doesn't start with money. It starts with being thankful. Now, as the money flows in, we can always add different things. And it took the shift in the last 6 years, going from having plenty of money to spend on multiple things to outside of me to heal me and learn my own inner peace. Speaking of, there's two things that I don't know, I don't recall doing on camera, but it's something that I feel like I need to put out there for me, because it is one of my shames that I've been working through since I started it, honestly. So what, 40-something years ago? And it's this addiction. So those that want to suggest, which doesn't always feel to me like suggestions, instead it feels like judgments. I don't know, maybe you guys can relate. And sometimes that old 5-year-old Crystal that doesn't know how to communicate pops back in. Again, maybe you can relate. This addiction has been my coping mechanism for far too long. And I have picked up many in the last, especially 10 years, 9 years. Since 2013, and most importantly, 2015. That was my biggest shift. And it goes back to 2003, when I first picked up a book, Heal Your Body by Louise Hay, and realized that a lot of the things are my shiitake. A lot of the dis-ease in my life, especially then, is my shiitake. And I know that on my path to my own wellness, being more than me, not more than anybody else, have my shiitake. We all have our own shiitake. And sometimes our shiitake leaks out on others. That being said, I'm a lot of love and light. And as this shirt I used to have on my site says, I'm peace and purple, and a little go fluff yourself. Because sometimes we do, and that's not a bad thing. And it's something I wish I would have learned a long time ago. Because maybe some things could have been done more with ease. And again, on the journey I've learned, I don't shoulda on myself today. Or at least I do my best not to. It's progress, not perfection. And I believe in so many of the affirmations, taglines, meditations, whatever we want to call them. Those things, and if you've been in my home or in my world, are around me. The I am enough. The reminders. Maybe you don't need those things. And you know what? That's awesome. Yay. That's fabulous. I do. And I'm no longer ashamed of that. And if you relate, hi. Thank you. Affirmations work. They work for me. In this journey, there was I am enough sticky notes everywhere. I had I love you written on my mirror. Thank you, Lisa Nichols. I'm enough comes from Marissa Peer. And as I remember where they came from, I will let you know. Those helped me through. And then my next two that were big ones were remembering in the shiitake of life, whether I just made the shiitake or shiitake happened. Owning mine, not in that old way of shaming and blaming myself, but in the childlike wonder of, knowing we're all more than where we are right now and where I am right now. I'm always more than. So are you. So in that, I can be where I'm at, good, bad, or indifferent, and know that there's more. Doesn't mean control freak, crystal, recovering has to make it happen. It means I gotta get it out of my own way and allow it to happen. Because when I'm hustling and bustling and pushing through life, I know I can mess up a lot of shiitake and make a lot of shiitake happen. You know, it was only because of Tam and Jazz and in their quietness, in my chaos, that allowed me to learn to own my shiitake. Because most people engaged with me, which in my own brain could make it their fault. I own that today. But I also own, and I get to own, and I get to choose how I take accountability for my shiitake. Forgiveness is another thing that I learned. And it started with forgiving myself first. I'd always forgiven people for peopling. Or so I thought. But I was forgiving to lessen the disease, because if I'm not forgiving, I'm just drinking the poison of the shiitake that's been done. and causing more dis-ease in my life. I've worked hard to find my inner peace. Kindness and love. And 2024 has been the best and worst year of mine and our life. It's been an amazing journey in so many ways. Meeting beautiful connections and community. Again, good, bad, or indifferent. And I love you. I love all of you. Again, that being said, just because I love you doesn't mean we need to be in each other's spaces and faces. Because sometimes we hurt each other when we're not in the right places. As my sister says, I'm not Willy Wonka. I don't sugarcoat anything. So with as much love and compassion, I do my best to talk. Sometimes tell stories, because sometimes we need to pause. Breathe. Get centered and grounded. And remember the important things. I choose today to leave the fight behind, the freeze in the past. That was then. This is now. In that fight, flight, and freeze moment, they're there to teach me lessons and also show me what I love and what I want more of. And what I want more of is calm and inner peace and community and connections with love and grace. Holding each other and myself accountable. Because it's in that again, I get to choose what's my shiitake and what I need to fix. Not for anybody else, but for my inner peace and my inner knowing, my inner being, so I get to open up with more love instead of closing up and being ready to fight. And in no judgment. I am non-judgment these days, because for the most part, I've either seen it done, had it done, or freaking did it my damn self. Let's keep it real. Why all of this is because Shitake happens. If you know me in person, you know this dream of Artists We Are in the shop has already been a dream come true. Even with the Shitake that has happened, because people are gonna people. And unfortunately, people are gonna people. You know, this week last year, I had to do a shift even because I had, in my excitement in life, let others know. And sometimes I know, so I ain't judging. In the lack of life and a lack of abundance, we think we can take from others. So this year, as I had just put the down payment on and 2 months rent on, by the way, thank you to the two beautiful investors that helped make that happen. I truly can't thank you enough. and the investors that invested their time and their art and their creations and their faith. Because my car was broke into and cost me even more money that we didn't have. And Tam and Jazz, thank you. Thank you for believing in me, even in the crazy. You both mean the world to me. And it's because of you I get to be more than, and I get to be a better me than yesterday, and I get to show up more authentically, feeling the love, and allowing that love in. And on that note, I'm not going to go into details. It's not everybody's freaking business. Again, I don't shame. I do tell stories, and I'm sorry if you feel shame along the way about that. I get it. I've had to walk through it my own self. I do it for teaching, for me and others, as I know their lessons. It's not my job to do and take care of somebody else's karma and lessons. It's my job to figure out my own. Take accountability for my actions and reactions, and know that I can do better. So again, on that note, I am love and light. And I'm also, don't around and find out. Don't fluff around and find out. Please don't. It takes a lot to get back. Sometimes when my authentic self. When boundaries and self-accountability safe space is taken advantage of. And part of the reason why I say this has been the best and the worst year is the worst part of all of this is opening my heart to community and family and friends, and that is me. I will always be, no matter the Shitake. However, I have boundaries today. We all do if we find them, and when we find them. And I understand that I don't have to let that Shitake in. If we're in different parts of life, it's okay. Taking it out on each other, that's not okay. It's up to me to take accountability for my actions and also celebrate how far I've come. I don't play the old way. I'm a mix of old and new. I'm me. Authentically me today. And on that note, I'm going to finish with my wellness. So if that triggers you, I'm sorry. It's something that helps me in my journey. Hopefully, my story can help break those stigmas of how some see that wellness. And yes, I know that there is people that overdo it. There's people that overdo everything. We all do. And we all find our recovery, wellness, grounding, healing, love, self-love. I know for me, definitely starts with self-love. On that note, for the beautiful humans that without hesitation and without so much love, with so much love, without hesitation and with so much love. By the way, I'm not going to edit this, so if you want perfection, no, I'm progress. We all are. And thank you to you that showed up for me and for you and for the community, for the shop, reminding me that even in the Shitake life, I gotta show up. Maybe on Aloha time sometimes, because I get to honor me and take that wusa. So, thank you. I appreciate you. I'll be in the shop later on today. However, this morning, Seisha is going to be opening up. And Seish, thank you for remembering and reminding me to remember me and the important things. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you for the ups and downs and learning. I know that a lot of the Shitake in my life that happened was my own clumsy communication. People too. People, they're gonna people. And sometimes when I remember that we are all, at times, 5-year-olds that don't know what to do, maybe, just maybe, we can heal and love more of ourselves so we can heal and love more of this world. I hope you have a beautiful day. I will see you very soon. Let me know if you guys want more of these crazy crystal stories, coffee with crystal. I love showing up and inspiring. I didn't realize that was what it was going to be on this journey. But thankfully, people have let me know in this last year in person, and that has been priceless. And for those that are online too that have let, thank you. We can help each other on this journey. And no, it doesn't have to be all fluffiness. It can be full-on accountability. If it doesn't feel good to me and you, we don't have to be all the time. It's okay. There's no love loss. I love no one any less because we're not always in each other's space. Because when we show up, as Lauren says, feeling invited, not obligated, life feels different, hits different. Thank you, and I hope you take today, Thoughtful Thursday, or whatever your day you're catching this on, for you. Even if it's a 5-minute for you. Whether you got oils, aromas, or whatever around you. Breath work. In whatever Shitake I'm dealing with. Mind, body, spirit. That was then. This is now. What more would I love? What's my next step? Until the next time. Peace and purple.